Hey friends, welcome back to Info Channel. But before we get started, I have a question for you, and for Raja too. Do you know which tribe is considered the most isolated in the world, even today?
Yes, I know answer for this. Sentinelese of North Sentinel Island.
North Sentinel Island, which is located in the Bay of Bengal Sea. The people living there are known as the Sentinelese, and they've been living on this island for over 60,000 years. Yes, 60,000 years, with very little contact with the outside world. They're one of the last uncontacted tribes left on the planet.
Wait, 60,000 years? That's incredible. But why haven't they been in contact with anyone?
Well, the Sentinelese are known for being fiercely protective of their land. They have had a few encounters with outsiders, but they're extremely hostile towards anyone who tries to come close. This hostility likely comes from past experiences, like slave traders, colonizers, and other intruders trying to take advantage of them. They've learned to see outsiders as a threat and have remained isolated to protect their way of life.
I guess that makes sense. But has anyone ever tried to make peaceful contact with them?
There was one notable attempt. In the 1990s, a brave Indian anthropologist named Madhumala Chattopadhyay participated in some of the Indian government's contact expeditions. And here is what is really interesting. She was part of one of the very few peaceful encounters ever recorded with the Sentinelese.
Really? How did that happen? I thought they were always hostile to outsiders.
Yes, Raja, but during one of these expeditions in 1991, Madhumala and her team offered coconuts to the Sentinelese from their boats. To their surprise, the tribe accepted the coconuts and even came close to the boat to collect more. This was a huge moment because it showed a temporary moment of trust. The fact that a woman like Madhumala was involved was groundbreaking. She helped calm the situation and gave the expedition a different energy.
That must have been an incredible experience. Did any other recorded attempt was made to connect with Sentinelese?
Yes, one of the earliest recorded attempts was in 1880, when a British naval officer, Maurice Vidal Portman, led an expedition to the island. He captured 6 Sentinelese, including 2 elderly members and 4 children. But things went horribly wrong. The older captives fell ill and died quickly because they had no immunity to common diseases. The children were returned to the island, but that incident likely deepened the tribe's mistrust of outsiders.
That is so tragic. I can see why they would want to stay away from the outside world after something like that.
Exactly, Raja. Over the years, there were more attempts to contact the Sentinelese. In the 1970s and 1990s, the Indian government tried to establish peaceful relations by leaving gifts like coconuts, cloth, and tools on the beaches. But the tribe's response was mixed. Sometimes they accepted the gifts, and other times they remained aggressive, making it clear they didn't want any contact. The government eventually stopped these missions, respecting the tribe's wish to be left alone.
So, the Indian government just decided to leave them alone after that?
Yes, in fact, they put strict protections in place. North Sentinel Island is part of India's Andaman and Nicobar Islands, but it's illegal for anyone to go within a 5-kilometer radius of the island. This rule is to protect both the Sentinelese and anyone who might try to visit. The tribe has no immunity to modern diseases, so even a common cold could be deadly for them.
Wow, it sounds like the best way to help them is to stay away. But didn't something happen a few years ago with a missionary trying to visit the island?
Yes, that was in 2018. An American missionary named John Allen Chow tried to visit North Sentinel Island to preach Christianity. Despite warnings from locals and authorities, he made several attempts to land on the island. Sadly, on his final attempt, he was attacked and killed by the Sentinelese, who saw him as a threat. His death sparked a huge debate about whether we should try to contact uncontacted tribes at all.
That's really sad. It must have been a difficult situation for everyone involved. But it sounds like the Sentinelese are just trying to protect themselves.
Absolutely. They've managed to maintain their traditional way of life for thousands of years, and their isolation has preserved their culture. But the Indian government enforces those protections for a good reason. Any outside contact could bring diseases that could wipe out the entire tribe.
It's amazing how they've stayed so separate from the rest of the world, even in modern times. But do we know anything about how they live?
We know a little, but most of it is based on observations from afar. The Sentinelese are hunter-gatherers, living off the land by fishing, hunting, and gathering wild plants. They live in huts made from palm leaves, and they make their own tools and weapons, like bows and arrows, for hunting. But beyond that, very little is known because of how fiercely they guard their privacy.
It sounds like they're really self-sufficient, living the way they have for thousands of years. It's incredible that they've resisted so much change.
Yes, it is a testament to their resilience and determination to preserve their way of life. Their story reminds us that some cultures are better left undisturbed. Despite all the modern advancements, the Sentinelese have chosen to live as they always have, and we should respect that.
I couldn't agree more. It's fascinating how they've survived for so long without any of the conveniences we take for granted.
And friends, did anyone of you know already about the Sentinelese of North Sentinel Island, were most isolated tribe? Then please let us know in comments. We'd love to hear from you.
That was such an interesting dive into the world's most isolated tribe.
And thank you to all of our viewers for joining us on this journey into the mysteries of North Sentinel Island. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Info Channel for more fascinating content. We'll see you next time with more amazing stories from adventure and beyond.